Hello everybody, Bubbles Zest here, and this, to no one's surprise, is Hearts of Iron 4. In today's video, we are going to be playing as Italy, attempting to answer the question of, what's the point of forming Greater Italy? So, let's get started. We're going to do Ethiopian war logistics, go up to speed 5, and begin. Of course, first thing to do is to take down Ethiopia. And now that all of my units are there, let's get started. Of course though, cannot forget about the Air Force. Next up though, for our focus, we're going to do Italian highways. This should go a lot easier than the last time we fought Ethiopia. We have to capitulate Ethiopia before they go into exile. We should be able to do this, we're already at Addis Ababa. Okay, next focus, army primacy, more mills. And look at that, Addis Ababa is encircled and breaking. There will be no government in exile today. Now I know we could decentralise Ethiopia and get a load of puppets, but I'd rather just have one. Of course they're going to take resource rights and war reps. Oh, hello there. We've replaced one Haile Selassie with another. Anyway, now let's return Alsa to them, and release all of our other African colonies as puppets. Don't fancy garrisoning them, so this just makes it easier. And now everyone, you can go home. That was nice and easy. Compared to the pizza time guide I did, that was a walk in the park. 150 political power, that can only mean it's silent workhorse time. What should we do now? Sure, we'll go for these 2 extra mills, can't hurt. Anyway, time to make our ideal template. You know the one, use it all the time. Let's just make this a 21 width. Perfect. I'm going to change all the divisions that I can over to this template. Remember, many of these are irregulars and I can't change them, so only the ones that can will have to change. I am going to keep the tanks and the cavalry, but everything else, again, needs to change. Alright, now we're going to do the military service information. Anyway, it's now time to justify on France. Yep. I know it's a sudden escalation, but it has to be done. And to help that, we're going to start spamming out units, as many as we can afford. Max priority. But we are going to preemptively park the First Army onto the border with France. You know, we can't let them take it, we just can't. As you can see, we now have paratroopers unlocked, and that's part of the plan. Going through the Alps is just too slow, naval invading too precarious, so there's only one way to go. We are going to paradrop into France and take them down. So, let's train up some paratroopers. There we go, we can afford 8 of them, max priority. Of course, next focus is going to be Triumph in Africa. Yeah, I didn't pronounce that properly, let's try that again. Triumph in Africa. There, that probably sounded slightly better. Well, hello, balance of power. You know what? For no real reason, let's do all of these decisions. Slander the Duce, criticise the war effort, question army loyalty, navy loyalty, and I don't have enough for the Air Force, but I can easily fix that. Let's just hire ourselves Balbo. And in a few days, we'll be able to question the Air Force's loyalty too. There we go. Now we can convene the Grand Council. Are we doing this for any real reason? No. But I just fancy doing it. I haven't played Italy that much, so could be interesting. Sorry, not sorry, Mussolini. You know this has to be done. It's time to depose you. Now that Mussolini is gone, we have 3 candidates that can replace him. Balbo, Dino, and the monarchy. And we are going to go with Dino. I like his trait, seems interesting enough, so why not? Well, hello Dino. not much actually changes for us right now, because we're actually going to devalue the lira. More stab, less consumer goods. Good. And here are our paratroopers. In the end, managed to get 11 out. That should be more than enough. You know what? Prince Umberto, you personally will take command. Justification will be ready, wow, in 9 days, so, ooh, gotta be ready. Justification is ready, but am I ready? No, just gotta exercise his units and stuff first. Don't worry, we still have like 2 months. This is going to sound contradictory, but we are now going to send some volunteers to nationalist Spain. Go on you 5 units. That increases tension, but that's deliberate. I want tension to be high. And there we go. Britain is now guaranteeing France. That is exactly what we want. So our paratroopers will be here, and we'll be sending them all to France's victory points. 1 on each tile. Of course, we could have done a collab government to make it slightly easier to capitulate France, but it shouldn't be that important. But if you want to do something like that, I can't stop you. And the next step of the plan is to gather up the entire air force and put it over southern France. The majority of our power drops will be in northern France, so hopefully the AI will be distracted. There we go, it's time. Activate, declare. This should be interesting. Oh no, I destroyed the League of Nations! There go our power drops. There we go, France is almost down. Come on! And there we go. France is down. Perfect. Well done, Umberto. Well done. But we're now going to send the rest of the army to the English Channel. Right, now we're going to naval invade the UK. We're just going to go for Dover and the port around London. That should be pretty easy for us to get. Right, time to activate the naval invasion. But I know what you're saying. Bubbles, your fleet is trapped in the Mediterranean. It's not. It's right here in Wilhelmshaven. Before the war, I asked Germany for docking rights, and so they left the Mediterranean without problems. Alright guys, strike force. Unsurprisingly, we don't have enough supremacy, but we can work on that. Okay, Air Force, naval strike. All I need is a blip of supremacy. Come on, there we go, got it. Not a problem. And there we go, we got a port. We can now send the entire army in and take down the UK. This should not be hard. And there we go, another conquest for the Italy. And we have the UK cipher. Perfect. Look at all these things being destroyed in the channel. Subs. Okay, the UK just left Liverpool empty. Not that I'm complaining. Where do you think you're going? Thank you very much. Oh dear, the UK's capital is now Sheffield. Says it all, doesn't it? Just need to take... Oh, no, it's over. We have won. Nice and quick too. So, what we're going to do is annex all of the dominions apart from the Raj and puppet the rest. And of course, going to take all those war reps and all those resource rights. There we go. We got 49 states, annexed a load of countries, but got a load of puppets. The Italian Protectorate of Britain. Oh, that's cursed. An important thing I did was to garrison Sardinia with some of Ethiopia's units. If we didn't, Sardinia would have fallen and that would have triggered the balance of power. And while the balance of power can be managed, I'd rather just not deal with it at all. But one thing I do need to do is to create more units. I want 2 full army groups. So let's start the spam again. Time for a change in course, I think. We are now going to do foreign affairs. I had preloaded the focus tree so I could actually just do it immediately, but now I have to scroll all the way over. Oh well, it's not that bad, it's just kind of annoying. So, what little focus are we going to do now? It's Balkan Ambition. Okay, Yugoslavia, you know where this is going. Take this ultimatum and become our puppet. There we go. Welcome to the Italian club. With that, we can now do Italy first. Once I scroll over to it. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh dear. It looks like Albania, who we are guaranteeing, is being justified on by Greece. This is unfortunate for them, because this is a perfect opportunity for us to get a free war with Greece without calling in Romania. So we'll have 2 armies going through Yugoslavia, but we'll have a few other armies neighbour invading Greece and taking the rest. This is going to be easy. What's happened is, because our tension is so high, it's at 100%, Greece is justifying for Northern Epirus. They have a claim on it. They do this literally every time our tension gets that high. Of course, we better grab Italian irredentism. And welcome to the club, Bulgaria. You had no choice, you had to join us. Oh dear. Greece, you have made a big mistake. Yes, Albania, we will come to your aid. Let's go. It doesn't matter if Greece takes Albania, they'll only take Northern Epirus anyway. Now that Albania has fallen, we can call in Yugo. I don't really need to break through this side of the border, it's more just to hold Greece's units. And there goes Greece. Just take the lot. Thanks, Hoi4. I should have been able to take the lot. There we go. Thanks to our shenanigans, we should yet be able to bypass war with France and do the next stage of the plan, which is to stop the squandering and begin to annex France themselves. We do need to annex them eventually, so it looks like now is their time to go. Actually, yeah, what am I doing? There's another focus I need to do first, and that is Albanian occupation. Albania still exists, and that is unacceptable to us, even though we still guarantee them. And let's annex France. Thanks for the units, but I don't need them. Goodbye, Zog. And with all of that done, that allows us to do Demand Trick No. I had intended to do this focus a tiny bit earlier, but I needed to annex Savoy first. Oh well, better late than never. If you're going to optimise this run, annex Savoy in the peace deal and puppet the rest of France. I just forgot that. I think Switzerland should just give in. They only have 31 divisions. We have hundreds more. I think they'll just hand it over. But if they don't, we will make sure that they don't forget their mistake. Let's hope the Swiss will be sensible. Oh, that's just a tragedy, isn't it? But in their honour, we now have all the states. Yeah, believe it or not, we now control everything we need for Greater Italy. All I need to do now is to get down towards the Greater Italy, so I'll quickly do all those focuses, starting off with actually doing Stop the Squandering. Now I have a big army that I have nothing to use it on. Wait a minute, I do. I know what I can do. There we go. Getting rid of the United States was much easier than last time. And yes, thank you for everything. Well, at least I can say I did better than the Pizza Time guide. Here we go. It's time. You might be thinking though, Bubbles, you don't control directly all of the states to form Greater Italy, ones like Dalmatia. But that's the best thing about forming Greater Italy. you don't need to hold all of the states. At minimum, all you need is a puppet of yours to hold them. So, when you hit the decision, they get transferred for free. Here it is, Greater Italia. Dino has done it. But even better is the national spirit this gives us. Look at it. Italia Irredenta achieved. Division Org plus 15%, extra war support that we don't need, but most importantly, daily compliance gain 005. Wow. And remember, we still have Victor Emmanuel III, who comes now with compliance gain speed plus 20%. So if we look at the compliance gain that we have, it's going up very fast. So, what's the point of forming Greater Italy? It's an interesting question, because this national spirit does make it pretty good. But there are other focuses to do. The best one in my opinion is Colonial Empire, plus 15 non-core manpower. Damn. Then of course you have other focuses like Buy Blood Alone, that's alright. Just extra claims, Masters of the Mediterranean, more claims. But it's honestly fine. It's an interesting formable nation, it's a good challenge, and it has a very, very good reward. However, what you really want to know is, why should I form Greater Italy when right next to it is the Roman Empire? And that is a very good question. In my opinion, the distinction between the two is this. The Roman Empire got nerfed in BBA, remember? Now, when you form the Empire, you only get cores on the states that border the Mediterranean, and to get the extra cores you have to spend political power and stability to get those extra cores. With Greater Italy, you don't have to do that. Once it's formed, you've got it. You've got everything. So, that's the difference. Greater Italy gives you a very powerful national spirit that allows you to hold more states and get compliance quickly, but it gives less cores compared to the Roman Empire. However, the Roman Empire does have that stability cost, so you have to make choices, and I like that. Neither one of them is exceptionally better than the other. They both have their upsides and their downsides. That's how it should be. Because, you know, in Hearts of Iron 4, sometimes too many things have a clear, this is better, this is worse. For once, this is a rare example where that isn't the case. Now, before we finish up, I have a big announcement I want to make. As you've read in the title of this video, this is the season finale of What's the Point? What does that mean? Well, this will probably be the last episode of What's the Point? Why is that? It's just that we've reached a point where I want to finish the series. That's it. I've done this series for just over a year, and sometimes you just get to the point where you have to say, yeah, I think it's time to draw a line under it. However, there is an addendum I want to add to this, because this is the season finale, not the series finale. If I want to bring back What's the Point for a second season, I want that door to still be open just in case. And now that we know that a new DLC is on its way, I want to commit myself to this. If there is something exceptionally pointless in the new DLC you want me to look at, I will bring back What's the Point for a one-off special. Apart from that though, this is it. So, until next time everybody, I thank you for watching, I do hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you for making this series what it has become. It's been very fun. And so, until we meet again, from me, Bubbles Zest, goodbye.